All right, y'all. Welcome back to another video. It's Black Balloon, and y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. So look, we're here today to talk about Matthew Perry, aka Chandler, as everyone knew of him from the show Friends, which is arguably the biggest sitcom to ever air on TV, right? I'm going to use this video to jump straight into it. I don't want to make this video long. We're going to go over a few key points of how we think his death was a ritual sacrifice that happened right under a full moon. The Hunter's full moon on October 28th, which was a Saturday over the weekend. The first thing I want y'all to listen to, I was going through a couple of interviews listening to Matthew Perry, and I came across an interview that he actually admits to selling his soul. Now, I didn't think I was going to find anything like this on Matthew Perry. He actually admits to doing a Faustian bargain for his success in Hollywood. It blew my mind. Now, the only thing about it is it's an interview off of Sirius XM radio. So that interview is completely copyrighted, so I have to use a picture over the footage. But it's him. If you want, you could Google it. Or you could YouTube it and you could go see the actual interview. But this is the audio from the interview. It's a very short clip, maybe like 1 minute and 30 seconds. He actually tells you he did a Faustian bargain. It comes out of his own mouth. He doesn't say, I sold my soul. He says, I agree, I did a Faustian bargain for my success in Hollywood. But as they all do it, they tell you that they prayed to God. They never mention Jesus. They always say they prayed to God. But we all know that their God is the God of this world. And that's not the same God. That's not the same. That's not Jesus who we pray to. They pray to the God of this world, which is Satan. And I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it for a second that he actually admitted to it. So, without me talking too much right here, y'all go ahead and just check this out.
Moment. There were these two moments that were 10 years apart. And first, I think it was early on in LA, and you fell on your knees and you prayed to God to become famous, because that would solve everything. And it's not lost on you that almost 10 years to the day later, you were on your knees again, saying, God, please don't let me die. And I just want to know what was happening in the first prayer and what was going on during the second prayer, because that's sort of a span of
Well, what was interesting,
years.
The first time I prayed, and it was the first time, it was like a prayer of like a 14-year-old, and I was 24, something like that. And I just read that some celebrity, I don't remember who, was in trouble, and I thought to myself, he doesn't care, he's famous. What difference does that make? He's famous, he has it all. And then I knelt down and said, God, you can do whatever you want to me, just please make me famous. And 3 weeks later, I got friends.
2 weeks later, I got friends.
And God didn't forget about the first part of it.
What do I want to do to him?
Yeah. That kind of Faustian bargain.
Very bad disease.
That kind of Faustian bargain. Very bad disease.
At the same time.
And then deep into addiction, there was a much more real prayer, to save my life.
Now that was plain as day, y'all. The man literally said after he made that Faustian bargain, after he made that prayer to his God, he got friends 3 weeks later. We already know what that number 3 represents. He could have used any other number, but he said exactly, just so coincidentally, 3 weeks later, he landed quite possibly the biggest sitcom to ever show on TV. After doing that prayer. And he said it casually. That Faustian bargain that I made is right there. That's pretty much all the proof we need. And, clearly he's a guy that knew what he was involved in. And, I guess the biggest question is, why did he choose to be so like cryptic with all the Instagram posts that we're going to talk about? But why did he choose to end it that way? You know, it's like, hey, if you know you're going to die, shit, just go ahead and tell it anyway. If you know your time is coming, just tell us. Shit, they finna kill me. What is it going to do? You're going to die anyway. So sometimes I don't be understanding why they choose to do the things that they do, unless they're not dead, you know? Unless this is all for show. Because y'all know I just like to question everything. But I thought that was huge. You know, I don't think I've seen anyone post that particular interview. Like I said, I didn't think I'd find anything like that coming out of his mouth. But he told you what he got himself into. And yeah, man, we'll continue this video. We'll do it as we always do it. Read from the official narrative next. So check this out. All right, y'all. So y'all know with every death we cover, every sacrifice we cover on this channel, we have to read the official narrative. So it said, acclaimed actor Matthew Perry, best known for the long-running sitcom Friends, has died at the age of 54. Perry was found deceased at a home in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles after police responded to a 911 call for a water rescue. What? Saturday afternoon. Going on, it says the actor was found unresponsive in his jacuzzi, and there were no obvious signs of trauma, but the cause of death remains unknown. Perry rose to fame with his iconic role as Chandler being on Friends. Beloved for his eccentric mannerisms and quirky personality, quickly becoming a fan favorite on the show that ran for 10 seasons. And I don't think anybody was expecting this one. You know, there may be people out there that like to try to predict this kind of stuff, but I don't think anybody was expecting Matthew Perry. For the ones that was actually following his Instagram page, it makes a lot of sense. So I think the first thing we should get into is the very cryptic, eerie post that he was making on his Instagram page. And it kind of will give us an idea of what was actually going on with Matthew Perry. Now, this is his Instagram page. First thing we got to notice about his page, right? We start November 14th, 2022 was his last, well, one of his last posts of the year. He posted December 15th, 2022. He didn't post again until April 17th, 2023. Now, after this post, he waited exactly 6 months, just about 6 months, to start posting again, which is very odd. And I actually saw one of the comments under these pictures. A fan pointed out, they were like, damn, you haven't posted all year, and now all of a sudden you're posting all of these weird, you know, pictures. So people were already beginning to worry about him, people that were like real true fans of Matthew Perry. And he posted October 11th. He posted October 15th with his dad. He posted October 17th. And this is when the Batman post started. He posted October 19th, another Batman, you know, symbol, the bat symbol, which this looks like the same, his same pool jacuzzi area where he died. Then he posts Batman plays pickleball, which they said he played pickleball the day before he died. I mean, the day that he died. Then he went and got in his jacuzzi and drowned, I'm assuming, in the middle of the day. They didn't say it was nighttime. This other post was just really weird. This is what I've had to eat today. I'm Matt Man. I'm gonna assume those are 3 grapes. Or 3 of those little really small tomatoes. I have no idea. But catch how cryptic these posts are. And then this one might be, you know, second, you know, the second most eerie one. His caption is, do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Matt Man. And we all know the bat symbol to be a symbol of like danger, a symbol of help, you know, a symbol of we need you or I need help, Batman. They're calling for Batman. As some of you, you know, might have noticed by now, people under his page, this is over a week ago, he wasn't dead yet. I hope you are doing well. I've always absolutely adored you and I saw you, your struggles and sometimes your sadness. I'm starting to get confused by these posts. Nothing all year and now this. See? This is people a week ago. They're saying they're confused about this. Somebody 6 days ago, are you okay? Should we send for help? Are you trying to give us a hint or something? All of these posts a puzzle. Madman? Now, we already know that, supposedly they gave us that he had a bunch of addiction problems with alcohol and drugs. So a lot of people will probably chalk this kind of stuff up to him being back on drugs or being really drunk. But obviously we know here that's not what we're going to believe, because we know that's not what really happened. Then we get to the most eerie post of them all, where he posts exactly 1 week ago, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good. I'm Madman." And this right here, people, would be in the same jacuzzi that he drowned in. Now, this is one of two things, y'all. It doesn't get any more obvious than this. I've done hundreds of videos about this kind of stuff, and it doesn't get any more obvious than this, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on now. I think we could just look at this photo, the entire video, and not even take it anywhere else to know that this was definitely a ritual sacrifice. And the devil came for his soul. He came and collected what was his when he decided to give it up for fame and fortune. When he agreed to that contract, that Faustian bargain. Right here, y'all. This man is in the same jacuzzi he supposedly drowned in Saturday, October 28th. And he actually posted a picture at nighttime under a very, very bright moon on Instagram, and then dies under a full moon in this same jacuzzi a week later. Y'all, it doesn't get like any more eerie, any more scary than this right here. This is wild. This is wild right here. I can't believe it's this bold. So it's one or two things, like I said. He either knew this was coming, or, or I don't know. Obviously, you want to say, like, yeah, he knew he was about to die. He knew something was coming. Maybe they know their death dates. Maybe they know the time that they have to go. Some of these people sacrifice themselves. Some of these people agree to be sacrificed in order to get what they have. Some of them realize along the way that they are gonna be sacrificed. But I am for sure that multiple people agree to sacrifice themselves. That's why these kind of deaths are so like, they come out of nowhere. They're not like those deaths where Satan chooses to take them right at the perfect time of their peaking career, like some rappers do, like Lil Peep, XXX Tentacion, like some of the original 27 Club. Like some of those people are took at the peak of their careers, and it literally like mortifies it. It creates the biggest energy possible around the ritual. So this is not really one of those. This is like where the devil comes and collect after you think you're going to live your entire life on your own terms. And no, eventually your blood will be given up, like your sacrifice will be made for the things that you've done in this life. Even if you're not one of the most like evil guys out there, but you agreed to live that life in that Hollywood circle. So man, this is eerie, man. This is crazy right here. It's so obvious. It's so blatant now that I almost can't believe it. Like, it is so blatant. And we look back, we have to go over some of the deaths, which there's a lot of them, of people that drowned in either their tubs or, it was some kind of drowning, and they were major celebrities. Jim Morrison of The Doors was found dead in a bathtub in Paris in 1971. No autopsy was done, but it's said that he died of a drug overdose. We already know pop icon Whitney Houston found face down in a bathtub. We already know. We did a very good video about her. Bobby Christina, her daughter, died in a bathtub. We already know that. We covered her as well. And Judy Garland, 47, found dead in a bathroom in 1969. Remember, she was overdose of barbiturates. Remember, she was what was that? Wizard of Oz? We already know that was a movie. That was MK Ultra, Disney. Y'all, regular people are not dying like this. Y'all realize that, right? Your family members aren't dying in the tub. Your friends aren't dying in the tub. And then, it being summed up to an overdose. So obviously there's something way bigger going on here.